Hello. So I'm talking to you about schools, and the military might have the best schools. Not that I've seen them, but again, the guy came and fixed my refrigerator. Uh, he was a subcontractor for Sears. I don't know. His truck said something else. It didn't say Sears. He was from the Air Force. And then I saw my other neighbor, and he was getting a post with a lamp put in front of his house for him, not a street lamp. One of those that are about 6 feet tall, maybe 5 feet 10 inches tall. They're about as big as I am. And he was also from the military. So you do learn some sort of skills in the military schools. However, as for myself, I never trusted sleeping in a place with a bunch of people. Then I'm supposed to be their friend, like the barracks. I never got along with people that well. Um, and of course, I had just seen the movie Full Metal Jacket, and the big guy committed suicide, if I got the movie right, the name of the movie right, because he couldn't run as fast as he needed to, and he was too fat or something. Something was wrong. He wouldn't fit in, and he got beat up with socks. You put soap on the sock, and then when he was sleeping, they attacked him and beat him. So for those reasons, you're not allowed to shoot them either. It's like, why put yourself in an environment where you're not allowed to defend yourself? You're not allowed to. You're in danger. Now, at the same time, I did go to Europe, and I had traded roommates just about at every hotel. Automatically, they did that. And the only wild thing I did was throw a pillow. Good morning, Jerry, and I threw a pillow at him. And, I was just being playful. Rise and shine. I did go to camp as a kid. Camp Algonquin, Chicago, Illinois, but outside Chicago. And I did learn to use a canoe back then. I learned to swim. I think that was really self-taught. It's like you got to be in the shallow side or you know how to swim. So like, he told me, what do I do? Move your hands like this and breathe. And if you can make it to the other side, then then you get to stay there. I think it was divided between like 3 o'clock the boys and 3:30 the girls or something like that. It was divided. I know there was a 7-year-old in the group, and I was probably 8. So those counselors were good. At least nothing bad happened to me, and the food was great. The songs were great. I think there was one campfire. So those are beautiful moments in life, but when I was Baker acted, I also spent time with 2 roommates, one over here, one over there. This one slept all day. That was the other one. They kept switching them, so it's like you're there and he's there one night, then he's not there, then there's another one, then the bed is empty, and so on. That was the second time. The first time I had my friend here, which, wow, I got along very well with him. He's the one that came from Hawaii, and we're in Florida, and he was in Vegas, and he said he left drugs. So 13 years later, right now, this past Christmas, he went to spend time with his mother and father, I believe. But they told him he's not welcome. So he was walking, and then the police pulled up beside him and talked to him and Baker acted him just because he was homeless, basically, and he was walking all the way on an expressway area. So that's what life is like. Oh, and he was also into martial arts, and he saw me practicing Tai Chi all day long. The breathing, the stretching, and so on. And he said he would do them as soon as his legs felt better, because he had walked like 20 miles. Or it felt like 20 miles. He was born underwater, he tells me, and that he loves the water. But we had plenty of security guards, and they would check in on the door. I mean, sometimes they wake you up because they open the door and the light comes in. I know it's only a second, but it wakes you up until you're in hyper mode as soon as you get locked away. Any little noise wakes you up, anything. Now, once you are relaxed, then they could open the door all night, and you don't wake up until 6 o'clock in the morning when they say, vital signs, vital signs. You know, like, man, you got to stick your arm in the thing that has the cuff. And from there, you wait around, go back to bed, or you wait around and go to breakfast. You make a line for breakfast at 7:30. Then you come back and you have vital signs at 10 o'clock again, which is a nuisance. And then you go to line up for lunch. Oh, I forgot hygiene. There's hygiene. Hygiene was after breakfast. Or was it? Yeah, it was after breakfast. Probably 10 o'clock. Or 9 o'clock. Then there was 12 o'clock. You line up for lunch. And then you come back. It's 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. I think that's the visitors' hour. And after 2 o'clock, it's quiet time until 4 o'clock, so I took a nap. Then at 5 o'clock, you have medicines. And you have medicines at 9 a.m., 5 p.m., and 9 p.m. And one nurse told me if you don't take them, then you're going to get them injected. I'm like, ah. And you could go see a judge, but the judge they told me, in so many words, they said, if you want to go play that way, they encourage you not to go see the judge. And the judge is on a Thursday, but not this week, maybe next week. So I didn't go the route of the judge. I just took the pills and got out of there. 6 o'clock, I think, was dinner. And then at 7, I think, was hygiene again, if you wanted to take showers. Then at 9 o'clock, they had the pills. And then they had the snack time. They had that several times a day, but I didn't take the snacks. I didn't want to gain weight with cookies, and I wouldn't have eaten or drank the Kool-Aid, Gatorade. That stuff is just like pure sugar. I don't even want to think about that. That stuff would make the room spin for me. Then 10 o'clock comes. Then 11 o'clock is lights out, bedtime. Then you repeat the whole thing again. There are 2 TVs The first time I was there was Christmas, and both of them were on. But it's a nuisance TV because number one, I don't listen to TV at home, and let me make another video, part 2.